everybody, welcome to another edition of the SHAK experience where idiots are us, namely this guy right here. But in this video I wanted to talk about a recent experience I had with Comcast. If anybody who is not familiar with Comcast, they provide cable, internet, phone, you know, one of them type kind of companies. But I'm pretty sure most of you probably know Comcast. Either you love them or you hate them, or you're just kind of you know, whatever. I don't really mind them, but however, they did kind of tick me off a little bit the past few days, so that's what this video is kind of about. You think that my little rant video there about Taco Bell was something. Just wait till you hear what happened here. So anyway, Sunday, which was a few days ago. Today is Wednesday, so this is going back to this past Sunday. I had a technician come to my house, the one that we're renovating and everything, which I have a video about that that I recorded earlier in the year. It's down there somewhere if you want to take a look at it. But anyway, we're still not living in the house yet because we're still renovating and doing stuff, but I still have my services set up over there because when I moved before, I kind of had to bring the services and they had to set them up or else I'd be in breach of my contract, because I have a contract with a bundle and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into all that, but basically I was having internet issues over there, and I really didn't want to fix it right away because, you know, we're not really there all the time. But anyway, I was just like, all right, well, okay. We'll get it fixed because, well, we had the idea of we were just gonna like downsize our package a little bit, get rid of cable because we stream more than what we watch on TV and all that good stuff. But we found out that if we did that, it would actually cost us more to get rid of certain parts of our service than it is to keep it, which I think is dumb, but that's what they tell me. So I don't want to pay more, so I decided to keep what we have. But that's beside the point, though. I had somebody come out Sunday afternoon to take a look at my internet service and my cable service because the TV was kind of choppy and stuff. So he comes, he does some tweaking, and he's there doing some stuff with some wires and, you know, whatever techs do. And he climbs the pole out there, he does something, rewires something, blah, blah, blah. When it's all said and done, I will say my internet and my cable was working. So, that, like I said, that's not what this video is about, really. But, I mean, it's the start of what happened. So, right after that, he gets in his truck and he's getting ready to leave. Now, if you don't know, which I'm pretty sure if family and friends are watching this, they probably know, but if you don't know, me, my mother, and my grandmother, we all live in the same property and everything, just different houses. Like, you know, like there's like my mother, my grandmother, and then me and my wife. So, you know, we're all right in a row. But anyway, before he left, he was in his truck doing his little notes and everything, getting ready to leave. My grandmother comes out, hey, before he leaves, hey, flag him down. I have no dial tone on my phone. Okay, so I go and I grab him and I tell him that, you know, she's got no dial tone. And even though he wasn't technically there, wind blowing my hair in my face, but even though he wasn't really there to help her, but he was like, all right, I'll take a look. So he climbs back up at the pole, he does some more tweaking and snips something, you know, he does his thing. And then he's like, all right, go in and check it now. So I go in, I pick up the phone, there's a dial tone, I'm like, cool. So I'm like, yep, got dial tone, yep, bye, see you later, bye, and he leaves. Well, about an hour later or so, find out the dial tone goes back out again. Okay, so I go in, I unplug her Comcast router, that big old thing, and I plug it back in, it cycles through, reboots itself, and she's got a dial tone. So I'm thinking, okay, all it needed was just a, you know, a little reboot after all that ordeal, and we're good to go, right? Wrong. What happened is it went back out again, like I don't know, an hour or two later. So I was kind of like, okay, there's something going on. Thinking, oh, maybe that guy, when he was up there in that pool, maybe he did something that, kind of did something. And my grandmother was thinking the same thing, because obviously he was up there doing something, and now she's got no doubt tone. So I give them a call, because, I'm able to call, for my grandmother and everything. Get on the phone with customer service, explain what's going on. Okay, let's do some troubleshooting things, and we did that, and like, yeah, I noticed we can't see your grandmother's thing, so we'll have to send a technician out, but because it's later in the day, we can't, there's no thing for them to come out, no opportunity, no time. So we're like, all right, yep, send somebody tomorrow, okay, whatever. At this point, I wasn't, too mad or anything, because I know some things like this happen, so. And I was just thinking, like we all we're thinking, oh, when the tech comes tomorrow, he'll do his thing, and lo and behold, everything will be cool. Well, here's where, So anyway, the next day, this would be Monday. Now this is the other thing too about Comcast. They're supposed to call you. Whether it's an automated call, tech call, whatever, they're supposed to call you at least 15 minutes or so before they arrive, so you're prepared, so that, you're home, you're ready when they come, and everything. And I told them when I called them the day before, I was like, since she has no phone, obviously, call me. And I give them my cell phone number, and I say, call me. And they're like, okay, we got it. It's in there. They'll call you. Well, guess what? They didn't call me. So I'm there sitting there. And of course, I think I mentioned this before, I work third shift. And so when I get home in the morning, one of the things I like to do is lay down and just go to sleep. But because the tech was supposed to be coming between 12 and 2, I was like, I just got home. It's like 9 o'clock. There's no sense of laying down. So I'll stay up, wait for them to come, and then go back to bed. Because usually, they're there around that time that they say that they're coming. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. 12 o'clock comes. Okay, no phone call. I'm waiting. 1 o'clock comes. No call. I'm waiting. 2 o'clock comes, which was the end of their thing, because they said between 12 and 2. 2 o'clock comes. Nothing. No phone call. Nothing. Nada. So then, it was like around 2:30. Finally, this dude shows up. And he shows up, I come out and walk over to him. I'm like, how come you didn't call me? And he just looked at me and goes,
I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't call.
So number one, that kind of made me mad, but I was like, whatever, nothing I can do about that. So he comes and he looks at a couple of things. He goes inside, he looks at the box, he does some stuff with some wires. And then he goes out to the pole, he checks some stuff, then he goes out to his truck, then he goes back out to the pole, then he goes back to his truck, then the pole. I mean, he went back and forth at least 5 times, at least. It had to be, because I was watching him. And then he comes over to me, he's like,
I don't know what's going on. I can't fix it. I don't know where the problem is. So I'm going to get on the phone and see if I can find somebody who may know this better than me.
So we do that. He gets on the phone, he calls a supervisor, and then he puts in this ticket for to escalate it, because it needs fixed, and apparently he don't know how. So he puts in this ticket to get somebody else down here. And his boss tells him, well, you know what, since you're there and they're going to be sending somebody at some point, just stay there and wait for the other person to come. So we're waiting. I waited with him for about an hour, twiddling my thumbs like, because I'm tired, I want to go to bed. I have to be back in at work at 8 o'clock that night, and here it is like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm tired and cranky, and there's no sense of me going to sleep, because I have to go to work. So I'm waiting, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna go into the house, I'm gonna get something to eat and everything. You hear something, somebody's coming, knock on the door, I'll be back out. So I go in, I'm watching TV, I'm eating food, trying to stay awake. It was probably about 6:30 or so when he comes knocking at the door. Hey, nobody's come yet, so yeah, I'm gonna leave, head out, peace, bye. And he leaves. So I'm like, whatever, like, you know. So as soon as he leaves, like, because he's like, oh, somebody will definitely be here tomorrow. If they didn't come today, they'll be there tomorrow because this ticket's for 24 hours. Okay, so I go to work. I come back home the next day. This would be Tuesday? I think this is where we're at. Tuesday morning. I get home and I get a phone call from Comcast. And I'm thinking, oh, they're calling to tell me that somebody's on their way. No. They were calling to tell me, hey, guess what? We fixed it. We fixed it. The problem was on their end. So they flipped some switches and they fixed it. So I go into my grandmother's house, pick up the thing. She's got a dial tone for maybe about 15 minutes or something that goes back out. So now I'm starting to get mad again because whatever. So I go and I call him again. I'm like, what? What the hell? You know, I'm like, what is going on? So call them back. They're starting to get snippy with me because, you know, I call again. And of course, my voice, they think I am not who I say I am, which is typical of these places when they hear my voice. They think I'm a woman or a 12-year-old kid or something. So because I was like, I need to get this fixed for my grandmother and everything. And they're like, okay, well, we'll send a tech. We'll send somebody. And they said, and what's your name again? And I told them my name's, you know. And they're like, oh, okay. So you're her granddaughter, huh? I'm like, no, I am not the granddaughter. I am the grandson. And then they're like, are you sure you're over 18? I'm like, I'm 40 freaking years old. Yes, I'm over 18. I think I know. And they're like, oh, okay, we apologize. But anyway, they're like, the next available person we have can be there in like 10 minutes. Can you do it? Of course. I'm tired. I want to go to bed, but they said who's going to be here at 10 o'clock. It's already like 9 something right after work. So I'm like, all right, fine. Send him. Get this over with. So guess who shows up? That same dude that was there the night before who couldn't do anything. And he shows up and he's like, I don't know why they called me back here. I can't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to give them a call. So he calls them. He talks to his supervisor. And the supervisor, the person that was supposed to come, who I guess claimed who came but never did anything. But nobody ever really technically showed up. So he's, well, somebody will be here at some point today. And then he takes off and he leaves. I'm like, great. So here I am. I want to go to sleep, but I can't really go to sleep because I have to be up for when they show up. And again, I told him, call me before you get here. No phone call, nothing. So anyway, I'm in the house. I'm drifting off to sleep. I'm like, drool starting to come down. And next thing I know, my dog starts barking. I'm like, okay. I look out the window. There's a Comcast truck outside. I'm like, hey, finally, yay! So I hurry up. I get up. I put my shoes on, start walking down to the driveway, and he takes off and he leaves. I'm like, what? You come for 2 seconds and then you leave and don't do. So naturally, I'm mad. So I pick up the phone and I call Comcast again. And I went through this whole rigmarole about verifying this thing and that thing for the account. Going through the whole thing. Oh, are you really Joseph? Well, yeah, duh. All that stuff. And of course, in the meantime, they're giving me all kinds of excuses as to what's going on. Because I keep telling them that I think the issue is that previous tech that was here for me did something on the pole and accidentally screwed it up or something. And I keep telling them that I'm pretty sure that's what it is because her dial tone went out when he was up there. So it doesn't take two, you know what I'm trying to say. So then they start telling me, oh, there's an outage on the telephone throughout the entire town of Gallitzin. And I'm like, no, there's not. Because if that was true, then my mother would not have a phone, she would not have internet, and she would not have cable. So that excuse was debunked. Then they tell me, oh, there's a problem with the one switch up there, which in a way I can kind of see, but they're saying, but it's not the one out here at the pole, it's way down somewhere else in town. That's the issue. Okay, whatever. So then they give me another excuse. Then they tell me it's the club, it's a bar, whatever you want to call it, right across the street here from me, for where we live. They're saying that that's the issue. And I'm like, okay, now you're really telling me stories. I know what the issue is, you just don't want to fix it. So after we argue for a bit and everything, finally, you know, they're like, send somebody. I'm like, I'm giving you one more day. And you better come and you better fix it. Whatever. So the next day, they finally, after 5 days. No, wait, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3. I lost track. Anyway, it was days. She didn't have a phone. Whatever. They finally sent somebody on my day off, so I was like relatively well rested. But they sent somebody, he looked at it, and he figured out what the issue is. Yes, there was an issue at the pole. The guy who was here the first time when they fixed me, he did something where he messed up the signal strength by accident. That was the one thing. That was easily fixed. However, the other issue is, even though that they fixed that, she still wasn't having a dial tone, and all the lights on the modem were on, and we're like, okay, how can it, you know, why is there still no dial tone? Come to find out that other tech, the one who was like,
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know.
That dude, the first one that came out and sat on his butt forever, when he was inside messing with all the wires and stuff, he plugged the phone jack not into the phone jack on the side of the modem. No, that's not what he did. He plugged it into another port that was for like the internet or something. Like he plugged it into the wrong port, not the phone jack, but another jack. It had nothing to do with a regular telephone line. Nothing. So that whole, so he screwed that up. I don't know how, but he screwed, I mean, whatever. So I was mad. Really mad because they weren't doing nothing. Nobody wanted to come out. And when they did come out, they never called me. They never did what I asked them to do. And they kept like giving me excuses. Just tell me the truth. Just tell me you screwed up. One of your techs accidentally screwed up. That's all you got to say. Oh, he did something that he wasn't supposed to by accident. We're sorry. We will fix it. But no, they threatened to charge us for them coming out every time and everything for all this. They told me they were going to start charging her for this. I'm like, no, you're not. You ain't charging nobody nothing. You're going to fix it. And then that's that. Own up to your mistake. So we got it fixed yesterday, and so far today it's all good. And then after the guy yesterday, after he fixed it, found the issue and everything, then his boss, his supervisor came, and then he checked everything out personally, and he personally apologized to me. And then he took down my phone number. I also told him about how the many techs never called me to tell me they were coming like they were supposed to, because they're idiots. He is going to take care of that issue. And then he even called me again today. He called me today to say, or to ask me if everything was still working, and I told him yes. He was like, that's great, you know, everything. Like, he apologized, so we're good on that. So hopefully we won't have any more issues, but is it the fact that they didn't want to own up to their mistake? I mean, come on, it's a simple apology. So that's why I'm really mad about this. And the fact that she had no phone for all them days. Anything could have happened. Somebody could have been trying to get a hold of her. She may needed to call somebody, and we were all at work. You know, I mean, come on. So basically what I'm trying to say is if you make a mistake in customer service, own up to it. I used to work customer service. I used to work retail. If I made a mistake or something with a customer or whatever, and I found out that I made a mistake and they came to me, I would apologize to them. It's common sense. You apologize to them and then you try to make it right. You don't go and start saying, oh, we're going to start charging you, and I don't know why I keep coming out here. Why do they keep sending in somebody who can't fix an issue when you tell them what the issue is? So yeah, I was not happy. You can ask my mother, but I was not happy. My grandmother kept telling me to calm down or else I was going to have a heart attack because I have high blood pressure to begin with. But no, I needed to get this fixed and they needed to do it for me, and guess what? They came through, they did it. And I know this video is going long, but I had to tell the whole story, so can't skip out on anything. But bottom line is they got it fixed, they got it working. At least I got an apology from the supervisor days after the, everything. But they should have apologized to me days before, and they should have checked it more thoroughly days before, instead of giving me the runaround, instead of telling me all these other different excuses that didn't exist, because, I'm not dumb. I may be an idiot, but I'm not dumb. So anyway, that about does it for this little rant video. As always, if you like my videos, don't forget give me a subscribe there, and don't forget to like and share the video with anybody who you feel would benefit, or you just want something to laugh at, because I'm easily to laugh at. So if you want to do that, don't forget, ring that bell for future videos, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.